This grapevine, like many in the Okanagan, is dead from the bitter cold that the Okanagan saw in December. And today, the industry is asking the province and the federal government to step up and help.
You would look at that and say, well, that looks like a half-decent vine, and you're going to get some grapes from there. But if you look closely and you pull a few leaves off, you can see right in the fruiting zone, right where all the grapes would be kind of dangling here, there's just nothing.
The grapes just are not there, and what we're seeing is vines really trying to survive. And so while they're green this year, the expectation is that they won't be next year. So we need help. What we really need is Victoria to bring Ottawa to the table. There is money for these kind of dire agricultural impacts and disasters. We've seen it in the Sumac Prairie and down in the Fraser Valley. So there's programs available. We know our friends and colleagues in Nova Scotia had a similar event that last winter where they got about $15 million of support to help their industry, and they've got 5% of the grapes there that we've got. So what we're talking about is substantive, and what we need is Ottawa to step up and the province to help us with that.
If we keep seeing this decline in grapes, then there's not going to be a lot of wine to go around. And what's really concerning for that is the wine industry in BC, certainly in the Okanagan, is a big hub for tourism. There's a huge spin-down effect from the wine industry not having enough wine.
There's a lot of moaning, but what can we do about it, and what is the way forward? I think Miles certainly has mentioned to us that provincially our local government and our provincial government are obviously doing what they can and trying to come to the party, but I think that they would be the first to admit that they have limitations in terms of funding and what they can do for us as well. So I think what we're looking for ultimately is for the provincial government and ourselves and all the lobbying potential we have to sort of get the feds to step up and understand that this is a really catastrophic situation that needs some bridging to hopefully get to the next cycle. We don't really know what the future holds, any of us, in terms of whether or not this is going to get worse or we're going to see continued really super cold moments in winter that put us under threat, but we're sure hoping for a better future. And I was mentioning last night at a dinner that the Farmer's Almanac is actually calling for a snowy, mild winter. And so let's hope that they're right, and they usually are.
In closing, we appreciate the support BC consumers give to our industry. We wouldn't be here without them. But if there's not wine to sell, there's not wine to purchase, that's going to be detrimental to us. So thanks once again for coming.